welcome back to Gramac Talks. Today I want to talk about something that many of us quietly carry, but don't always talk about. Dreams. Not the ones we have when we sleep, but the ones we carry in our hearts. So let me start by asking you something. What are your dreams? What's something you've always wanted to do, but haven't had the chance to do yet? Maybe life got busy. Maybe fear got loud. Maybe doubt showed up. Or maybe someone told you that it wasn't possible. When we were children, dreaming came naturally. We didn't overthink it. We didn't calculate risk. We just believed. Kids dream without limits. And somewhere along the way, many of us stopped. Responsibility shows up. Expectations show up. Pressure shows up. And suddenly, dreaming feels unrealistic. But I believe that dreaming is not childish. It's courageous. Because dreaming opens the door to uncertainty, effort, persistence. It asks us to believe before we see results. It asks us to move forward without guarantees. And sometimes it asks us to push past the voices that say, you can't, or that's not for someone like you. And research often shows that more negative thoughts are bound to come at us than positive. And I want to stress, the possibility that whenever a negative thought comes to your mind, swat it off, or try to think of it as a nest. It can either sit there, or you can swat it off. It's one of my personal dreams was to attend California Baptist University. And not just attend, but graduate. There were moments where that dream felt distant. Where sometimes you would worry about money. But step by step, that dream became reality. Today, I hold a bachelor's degree in behavioral science and intercultural studies from CPU. And that didn't happen overnight. It took persistence, faith, and the willingness to keep going, even when the outcome wasn't certain. To wake up every morning and be grateful for the opportunity to get an education. Not to worry of how things would turn out, but just to try my best and trust God with the rest. So, I want to ask you again, what is your dream? What is something that you've always been wanting to do? Write the book? Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it's going back to school. Maybe it's traveling the world. Or maybe it's starting a podcast. Or maybe it's something deeper, like serving others in a meaningful way. So I ask again, what is the thing that you've quietly placed on hold? You say dreams don't move forward on their own. They require courage. Not perfect courage, but just enough courage to take the next step. You see, dreams aren't reserved for the lucky. They're pursued by the willing. And sometimes the only difference between someday and done is action. I've heard a proverb once that says, don't start something that you won't finish. So if you started maybe a manuscript for a book, maybe you started a hobby, maybe you started a job or school, I encourage you to finish what you started. It might look sloppy at first. It might look messy. But the important thing is that you finish. It's that many people start well, but few finish well. So I want to close out this podcast by encouraging you not to let your dream stay buried under hesitation. Don't let fear write the end of your story. Take the step. Make the call. Start to plan. Open the door. Because dreaming is not about fantasy. It's about possibility. If today's conversation spoke to you and you'd like to explore more about resilience, purpose, and living with courage, I share more of that journey in my memoir, This Ability, my experience with cerebral palsy. And remember, be the light that guides, the courage that explores, and the faith that endures. This has been Gramac Talks.